if you can remember, the television that was being used by Makenzi some time back,
Okay.
just the name changed, but now zile tunaita newsy. Unaona kama unaweza sikia, you're listening to ask again hawa watu followers wa Ezekiel, why is it that these people who receive a miracle always walks out of the church? They never come back.
Hello nice people, welcome back to my channel. Today again we do have Truth Watchdog, and anytime you see Truth, we are here to talk about things that are happening here in Kenya. He's able to clarify 1 and 2, 3 things. Of course, this week we have been able to see things associating with religion, Pastor Ezekiel being arrested, Pastor Mackenzie being arrested as Truth Watchdog, because he's been in the government. He's been able to serve in the government. He has at least some of the knowledge when it comes to law. Yep. Am I saying the truth?
Yes, law.
So he'll be able to give us some 2 or 3 things that we are yet to know or we are yet to understand. We'll be talking to him, explaining questions like, how is cult related to being brainwashed? How are these pastors getting the money? And most of the things. So, hi Truth, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for having me again on this channel. I say, Manze, thank you so much. Let us flow with the information and try to share as much as we know, so that actually the country knows what is going on. Yes.
A long time. We've been doing good. How is your channel?
My channel has started growing again. We are at 11,000. Guys, please go support me. Let us hit at least 20, just 20,000, and I'll be good to go.
Yep. Okay, so Truth, let us start with Pastor Ezekiel. Pastor Ezekiel was arrested, and according to the allegations made is that maybe there's some connection between him and Pastor Mackenzie. What is your thought on that? Do you think that Pastor Ezekiel is guilty? And remember the fact that Pastor Ezekiel has a lot of worshippers. Over 100 people are seeing or are looking upon him. So what do you think about that?
Exactly, that is the mistake. Because for one, if you have worshippers who do not worship God, but sees you as God, that is where now the faith is corrupted. And that's why you see when you talk about Pastor Ezekiel in what is deemed negative light, most of the people want to attack you, they want to call names, and they over-defend an individual whom most probably doesn't know them all. Because even I can claim like I'm Pastor Ezekiel's, follower, and you cannot say anything. So there is too much drama out of these following persons instead of following the real true God, because they are portraying as if they are the last final word, and people are taking that into ingesting and thinking that that is the final one. So based on what is being collected right now, actually there is a big connection in between the two, because if you can remember, the television that was being used by Makenzi some time back, just the name changed, but now zile tunaita newsy. Unaona kama unaweza sikia, you're listening to maybe radio 101.9, like that. Only the name changed. So that means that actually this TV was sold by Makenzi to who? To Ezekiel. So there is a previous business connection as well as church-wise, you get? So yes, there is a connection between the two.
And do you think that Ezekiel is a real pastor or not? Because I mean, he's having a lot of people, and we've been able to see photos going out there on the internet, and at some point they were together with the Pastor Rigathi, Dorcas Rigathi.
Yes.
So is he brainwashing people, or is he preaching the message?
When gospel is mixed with politicals or politicians or the politics of any country, then from the word go, it's fake. From the word go, it's fake. Okay? How is this fake? The fact that you find politicians, even it is in the Bible, you don't politicize religion. Religion is on its own way. It is there actually as a watchdog for the politics. Because remember some time back in the Bible when the people messed up with God. So there is that breaking of stone, and you are supposed to go to your God directly. There is no intermediaries. Likewise, they said you cannot mix politics and gospel. You don't do that. Okay? Even Muslims, you never see Muslim embracing politicians into the religion itself. If you are speaking as a politician, speak as a politician. Please, there is a boundary in between the religion Muslim and the... So if those two try to are put together, then all of this thing is just a mere show of some kind of, you know, I think lunatics only will fall for it as a real religion. But the moment guys will start asking questions, like everything, then we will get to know answers that like, hapa kuna mtu anatubeba ufala. For reasons like, I ask again, our watu followers wa Ezekiel, why is it that these people who receive a miracle always walks out of the church? They never come back. It's just a simple, you know, honest question. So if you have an honest answer, okay, I would prefer to see kuna viwete walitembea, they are here. They are still here, they are worshiping with us. In fact, they are true worshippers. But you find that most of the time they are not existing anymore, you know. Then funny thing is, actually people are dying on the altar, and those who are taking them to the mortuary are not family members, you know. How does that happen? If, for example, if we have an interview here, God forbid something happens either to you or to me, I think you will call my family members and inform them that we were just having, you know, some kind of a talk, and then all of a sudden, truth is no more. So would you be kind enough to come? Or should we take the person to the mortuary? Will you pick it from there? So you need to have a connection between me and the family. But the fact that you find that actually a private morgue, somebody was taken there, not by the family, again taken from the morgue to another place, but not by the family. These are things that we need to question, whether I love Pastor Ezekiel or not. We need to ask this, you know.
So, okay, truth kidogo, for people to understand, Pastor Ezekiel is being connected to the mortuary that is next to his church. That is where the alleged bodies that people are dying is being taken there.
Yes, you know, I usually tell people and pastors and everyone out here, if you know that whatever you're going to utter from your mouth to media, it will come to eat you, don't. You see, there is a clip that is going around, Pastor Ezekiel talking about a black spot, and people are dying, there is no hospital around, and this person is making money off the death of people. So he went there with 3 bottles of his own miraculous water, threw them there, and then all of a sudden that morgue just shut down. You understand?
Oh, I see.
You remember, I don't know whether you've watched the video, but it's in there. So. Yes. So when you see such things, as a normal person, I'll say, wow, Pastor, you are powerful. Your water is working. I don't do that shit. You know, I just can't flow with your stories. So I have to ask, first of all, does the Bible allow this? It doesn't. When did you ever see Jesus saying, Maji Baraka, River Jordan, hill? Nowhere.
Kusema hizo maji za baraka, they are not working.
Maji ya baraka na wako wapi? Maji ya baraka gani? Which Bible do they read? You get? Which Bible? If you read that Bible that talks of holy water, holy oil, holy fish, please provide for the, just go and bless the whole water. River, endeni River Yala, barikini maji ng'ombe zikunywa wasao kunywa. Endeni Nairobi sijui wapi dam huko, endeni Masinga dam, barikini hizo maji zote, unaelewa? Stop lying to people that now you have to buy this maji, you have to support the church by, but you're selling water, plain water, nothing else. You see? But now when you portray the mortuary was closed, lazima mtu ajue, the pastor does not allow death. But then kama ulifunga hiyo, yenye kwa hapa, usigani kwa hapa next. You see?
Yeah.
So people are like people like me who ask questions. It's like, kwa hivyo ulifunga ile morgue, wewe upate biza hapa. Or it could be possibly, okay, watu Ezekiel, simaanishi but na maanisha hivi, it could be possibly that hizi bodies zilikuwa zinapelekwa kwa ile morgue ilifungwa. And then these guys, maybe the person who like, lazima tuko na details za familia, nani anakujia mwili, na ye ni nani related aje. Unaona, we have to check the IDs and the phone numbers. So maybe there was that disagreement. And now through DPS means that was shut down, but not a miracle of water. Si sasa hiyo angekuwa tu venye mvua imeanza kunyesha hivi, wabariki mvua, isikuwe na floods, mvua isaidie wasi to harvest maji, you get? So this kind of ati, nimebariki mafuta, nimebariki mkate, mnabeba ufala bana.
So you are saying at this point, it's also the fault of Kenyans who are getting to be brainwashed. It's not just the pastor that is doing that. And talking about selling water and those merchandise that Pastor Ezekiel does that, because I think this might be one of the ways that the pastor is earning money. Because truth, we saw that, I think mulienda kule kwa Ezekiel, and we are able to document how the mansion looks like. How does the pastor earn the money? Because that mansion is so big. I think we can compare it to status. I'm not sure. But according to the videos going around, it's such a big mansion. We have even not talked about the cars.
Yeah. And then, just like I said, even the followers are not trustworthy. Because when you talk like, wasema nataka kuniambieni sadaka tu. Again, they attack you and say, unafikiria Pastor Ezekiel anategemea sadaka? Then you ask, okay, Pastor Ezekiel akona biashara gani? Pastor Ezekiel akona job gani? Apart from preaching, you know? So you find that, wakona petrol station, ya mafuta, wakona banking services. Do you know how much it is to register for a bank? That is some huge, heavy money, you know? Uni mtu mwenye akona do, like, seriously, good money. Aya, julize, mbona wana nini? Mafuta. How do they get to register on their own oil and sell? This is not a joke. This is real business. No. This is an do in a flow. But you have to ask yourself, if church in a church every Sunday, okay? Capacity of 45,000 people. Kama kila msa anatoa shilingi, hiyo ni 45,000. Right? Kama kila msa anatoa so, hiyo ni how much?
450.
450, right? Kama lakini hakuna msa atatoa ati so flat. Wasa wanatoa mathao, manini. So in one Sunday msa anatengeleza tuseme kama 4.5 ama 3.8 hapo. Una get? So that is good money. But that good money cannot run this business just like it has done. Lazima kukuwe na backup mzito ya pesa. Unless Pastor Ezekiel has had previous investments, heavy previous investment, and then hiyo shamba aka decide develop. Because for sure ukiangalia infrastructure, let us give credit where it's due. Mimi naona Pastor Ezekiel anafaa kuchukuliwa awekwe kwa Ministry of Infrastructure hapa Kenya. Because there is no way unaweza niambia umse 1 year amebuild what I saw. I'm telling you that place is huge. Like huge and well built. Sio ile kazi haraka ati maragodhanio, hapana. Kila msingi uko sawa. Yani everything unaona ni kama unaweza fikiria Pastor Ezekiel alikuwa anaangalia kila fundi wewe ubebe simiti. Like it's properly done. You get? So that one I give credit. But now I ask questions. Does this reflect with your followers? Watu wako na tu slippers wamefunga tu vitambaa. Watu wanauza tu sweetie na wanasema Pastor Ezekiel, and that is some kind of, you know, this is where brainwashing starts. Because mi siwezi kuja nitoe so, my dear. Hii so naenda kulala njaa. Haiwezi. Mpaka niulize, okay, you're taking my 100 bob, right? And the miracle is supposed to happen how? For me to get 1,000 or 110 or what? Because if I'm denying myself to give you my 100, I have to be sure that actually the money that I'm giving you is going to help you. You are in need of it more than I do. That is how I understand about the sadakas. You understand? So this part of giving to God is actually giving to the actual person. Mungu umeshaisikia ni aje sagodi. Sasa kaka so inakuaje ni rushe juu. No, it is through a person, right? But that person, not specifically a pastor. Uwezi pita mtu anaomba do hapa, unaenda kwa kanisa yenyu kutoa sadaka. Doesn't make sense, you know? So for me, I think it is not just the simple way of saying, Pastor Ezekiel and a brainwash was say, Makenzi and a brainwash was say. It is not as simple as it looks. It is more complicated. And that's why you can see Makenzi is so much like very confident and telling people, nyinyi hamjui kitu mnang'ang'ana nayo. And I think I agree with him like 100%. We don't really know what we are dealing with. We're just taking things simple, and Kenyans are full of jokes, and this kind of jokes they're not entertaining anymore. Because if you joke with such things, you know, you don't realize when it eats you, because you still think it's comedy, yet you're the one losing it.
For sure.
So I think Makenzi is right, like telling people, mutarambo, nyinyi, take it serious from that man. Because if 200 bodies have been found in just a small portion, what about the 800 all of it? Is it that is the undertaker? Anachunga tu hizo mamwili ama ni nini? Not get. Many questions needs to come up. So when you hear this guy talking of tujichunge. Mi lazima nijichunge, like really capable of 200 bodies and still more being exhumed, and I'm supposed to make a joke out of it. No, Wakenya tuamke tuache ujinga. Me, I just like to say it, wacheni ujinga. This one is serious. These guys might be summoning some spirits. Unaget sahi LGBTQ imekuwa high sana. By the way, mi naambia say, if you are new, you just came from another country, please don't take your child to Kenyan universities. Please don't. It is the breeding ground ya wase wasimtu na mademo wanajichapa mafinga na kuchapa wengine mafinga. It is the breeding ground of STDs and UTIs. Serious one. Kuliko Koinange. Be very careful out here. Yet that one the government is not fighting, but it's just fighting two individuals. So these two individuals, me, I have a problem. Yes, wamekosa. Okay? Wameua. It's okay. Tunakubali. But the thing is, why Pastor Ezekiel? Why Mackenzie? Mackenzie has been there arrested over and over.
And
okay,
before we just continue our truth, we are getting to Mackenzie. I want my people to understand that we've been able to see Pastor Ezekiel who mentioned something with brainwashing, right?
Yes.
And when it comes to Mackenzie, is he doing both the brainwashing, or do you think maybe there are some cults involved? Because people have been rescued. We've been able to see that on the internet. And also some people have been found alive, but still they want to fast and lose their lives. So what is happening when it comes to Mackenzie?
This is not just brainwashing. This is also, we are forgetting about the realm of life, okay? Whatever we are doing right now, I have flesh, okay? But inside me, I have spirit. So we are forgetting the spiritual aspect of life. Most of us have left the spiritual aspect. That's why we are also throwing our culture into, through the window. So what is happening is there is also spiritual involvement. Okay. Like using spirits to control people. Because there is that realm of spirit. So you can summon the spirits, and there are things that actually you have to do so that these spirits can work in your favor and attack these people. So that everything that you say, it's a yes and never no or why. You get? Because we are living in a world where we have been given something I call free will. And this free will is for you to ask questions, is for you to answer that which you think is right, and that which you think is wrong, you say no. Are you getting? So we are living in a world where people are summoning demons, and they are using demons. Many of the times you've seen, anytime there are serious rallies, political rallies, people die. And the more people die, the more that politician becomes so much popular, so much famous. People are not getting tired of this person. And you're like, my bro, awa swali kamuku hivi, tukapoteza watu 10. Mbona mnafuata? Wachana na huyo msee. Huyo msee ako sawa, bro. Same happens to crusades. People are going to church, are going to praise, oh, there is a meeting of the church, a mega one. People disappear. Students disappear. Congregants disappear. So you're supposed to ask all these questions like, this is church. This is not politics. This is not mandamano. But why are people still disappearing? Some of them now ran into politics, left the church, now they are politicians. And we used to see their crusades, people disappear. So the easiest way here in Africa, or in Kenya to be specific, if you know you've done bad things, just join politics, no government follows you. So that's why you can see that actually most of these so-called priests or pastors, they really wanted to be part of politicians. And some have made it, they have joined the politics, and they are now not being questioned. Okay? And they are the kinds of, what do you call them? Chameleon. When they see, for example, President Ruto is most likely, they will all go that direction of Ruto. And they will even pretend to be friends with the President Ruto. When they see that things are not going well with the President Ruto, now Raila is being popular, you'll find that they are trying to withdraw, playing both sides, you get? So these kind of politicians and the so-called previous pastors, or politician stroke pastor, the Bible doesn't allow. Unless they are reading some kind of storybooks, So you find that all these hypocritical acts of Kenyans is what is actually making them to be controlled easily. So we have to blame Kenyans who they have put their faith in people. And when I put my faith in you, I see you as God. So I'm not supposed to question you. Everything is a yes and yes. But we are supposed to believe in whoever you're presenting to us. Is this God? Does he work for me? Okay? So if this God works for me every time I go on my knees and I say, hey, God, please, I need this. Or I wait. Or gives me that fulfillment. Like there is spiritual world, there is patience in it and being tested, then it looks good, you know. But if you find we are living in a world where like pastor ndio kusema, na ukiongea vibaya kuhusu Pastor Ezekiel, na ukiongea vibaya kuhusu Pastor Pius, we ni mbaya, then it means the person who sees me as a bad person, they don't want to question their human God, not the real God that these people are presenting. So that's where brainwashing starts.
Okay.
Yep.
We've been able to understand that. And also when it comes to, I know Pastor Mackenzie and Pastor Ezekiel are the ones who have been put on the limelight. Do you think there are other pastors doing this, are doing brainwashing, doing cult, and yet they are not yet there in the limelight, and probably people might be losing their lives through them?
Yeah, there are many. We are talking of many. Let us start with, for instance, Pastor Kanyari, mother to Pastor Kanyari, brother to Pastor Kanyari. What are they doing? They are still there conning people via the TVs, you know, conning in broad daylight, like it's happening. Unapata mpaka TV hapa inasema Pastor Kanyari ako live, ako na nguo ya black. Hapa Pastor Kanyari same time, Pastor Kanyari ako live na nguo ya red. Unaget? So they are replaying the videos on TV stations, writing live. You know, when you're talking live, it's like I'm talking to you right now. I am here. The events are happening. You've seen, for example, Citizen TV. Whenever there is a what do you call them, news presenter or a host, whenever they are presenting the news, they are either in the studio or they are telling you we are coming live, meaning they are exactly there, happening that time. But you find, how is Kanyari on 2 TV stations, okay, written live with 2 different clothes? Are you a spirit? Are you existing in future and present? That does not make sense, you know. So you find that he wheezy and live. The TVs are actually propelling these lies live, and Kenyans are supposed to sit back and make jokes. That's the unfortunate, you know. Instead of questioning and calling those TVs to responsibility, like to accountability, they are making jokes of Pastor Kanyari. Pastor Kanyari is making money. You're making jokes, you know. Sometimes you find people making history or writing history. You're writing comments. So we need to stop with these comments. We need to stop. I mean, we need to stop with these jokes. We need to stop with emojis, and we need to look at things like this is serious. You cannot be deceiving people. Like send 10,000. Have you ever seen a pastor betting, like real betting, on TV, and nobody's saying anything? So we are in that era whereby I'm like, why don't we question from the previous times? Yes. Before we even come here, kulikuwa na kengine hapa kalikuwa kanaitwa ka helicopter. The guy was traveling all over. Ujajua kanisa inaitwa church helicopter? There was that church iko Tao. Hata sasa bado iko. That guy was walking with the helicopter everywhere. Nikaitwa helicopter church. Watu wakaibiwa pesa. Those guys are still free out here. You know? Why didn't you arrest them? Arrest those kwanza. Alafu tuambia Pastor Ezekiel amefikiwa, Pastor Mackenzie amefikiwa. Well and good. Hata kwa na shida. So me, I have no problem. As long as they are guilty, yes, they need to face the law. But let us not pretend that these two are the worst of pastors in our country. We have worst of pastors now turned into politicians. Yes. Let's start with those ones. They have been lying to congregations all through. Go back to those who stole money from people, extortionists, and then we will say it now, the law is being served equally. Right now, even if the followers of Pastor Ezekiel feel like this is just malicious, this is political, they have all the rights to think that way. Why? Why haven't you arrested the ones that have been found guilty, put on media by some of the investigators, and they're still walking scot-free? You know? So I think it is not proper. It's justice served in accordance to someone who wants how it should be served.
And also maybe people would love to know, so far we've seen almost 100 bodies have been exhumed, and the process is still going on.
Almost 200, point of correction.
Sorry, almost 200. And maybe some people would want to know, is Pastor Mackenzie in his right mind? Because would you sit down and see people lose their lives just because of things that you're telling them? So do you think he's okay? And of course, they have been arrested together with Ezekiel. So are people going to get the justice? The family, are they going to get the justice? Because some people have been saying that there is, in law, and according to them, they are thinking that maybe Pastor Mackenzie is innocent because according to him, he did not force anyone to fast and lose their life.
You know, first of all, I'll just ask a simple question and see whether we are in the right mind before we even question the mind of Pastor Mackenzie. You have friends, right?
Yes.
How many support your channel? Are they in their right mind? You have some family members as well, right?
Yes.
Are they supporting you? Not all of them. Why are they not? They should be in the right mind because you're doing the right thing, you're bringing news. But they're out there, they're just watching you, waiting for your channel to disappear one day, or you just fall. So are they in their right mind or in their wrong mind? So it's not Makenzi. Kenyans, actually, we are under what we call clinical depression. We are all suffering. You get insulted on your channel. What wrong have you done? So we are all having problems. Our innermost are suffering. So the only thing that we think will satisfy us is by us being very fast to judge and of course to throw words. You get? So yes, Mackenzie might not be in the right sense of mind. That one I agree 100%. Okay, but at the same time, people are dark in their hearts. That's the fact that I want to bring out. That's why you have family members who don't want to support you, yet you're not asking for money. Just watch my video. You get? So tuko na watu wenye wako na roho nyeusi sana. Mtu anaona unakufa hapa. Recently kuna mama ameua mtoto, memdunga makisu, right? Yeah. What were men doing there? Oh my God, what is this I'm watching? And he's a man. Mnaweza vunja kio, you have a clean view of recording, but amwezi piga mlango, muivunje mwingie, msaidie mtoi na msaidie madhi. Mnaget? Tuko hapa na DJ Fatso. He's still smiling, he's still doing his shows. Yet, the so-called Jeff was my friend, alikufa, you never posted him anywhere, you never even contributed. Took out like, this is my contribution to this, man, this was my friend, familia kakata. You never. Unasema, I try to reach to mom. We have DJ Brown Skin here. Bibi yako anakunywaje sewage in the name of poison. You are watching, you know it's poison, you can even type it was poison, and you are just sitting recording. So it is not Pastor Mackenzie. Us Kenyans, we are so much dark from inside, and we're just hypocrites out here pretending to be better than Pastor Mackenzie, to be better than Pastor Ezekiel. How many politicians have shot people dead on camera? How many people have died during 2007? Who was brought to justice? Hundreds of people. Any person who was arrested? None. So let us not just specify, hii kesi ya Makenzi, hii kesi ya mtu ni shetani, mtu anafaa kumado. Anza na politician wako. Uwa huyo, alafu kujia Makenzi. Mimi uwe wangu, nikujia Makenzi. You get? So we are full of hypocrisy and okay, Kenyans ningesema hii kitu, lakini we are full of shit, you know? We are just full of shit. We just full of us. And it's all about me. I know it all. You don't know nothing. And anytime we bring about argument, unapata inakuwa ni matusi. We have never had a very fair ground. Like, I disagree with you. You agree with me. You disagree with me. I agree with you. Nugget. Yeah. They don't like that. They want insults and jokes, which, of course, is full of hypocrisy. And we have to face ourselves and say, like, if we really want true justice, we should start with ourselves. Can we reduce the amounts of jokes on media? Can we take things serious when they are reported? You know, because mnaweza kuwa ni ma YouTubers wadogo, but they are that information you're bringing. Unapata mpaka major medias zinawaibia information ndio zi propel the information out there. Like the case of nikiwa pale Von Northlands. There was no media there, but I found my videos all over on these huge platforms. You know, going viral. People getting thousands of views. And I'm like, nyinyi sasa. Si hata mseme tu hapo credit Truth Watchdog video. They are not doing that, you get? And yet they need to play like they are the ones who are at the front line. They are giving this kind of information. These are all lies.
And truth I've heard, you've been able to talk about DJ Fats. Of course, this case, today's video is about religion. And people are waiting to see how DPP will say and conclude this matter because it has been days. So I wanted to know, I don't know if you've been able to see since you're on TikTok, allegations have been going around that probably, and guys, it's alleged that probably Mama Jeff was given some amount of money to keep quiet or something, because I've been seeing Peter Kiois among the protesters who have been talking and saying that probably she was paid, and Mama Jeff on this other side, she was answering and saying she hasn't received any money to, so like ndo anyamaze. I don't know if you've heard that.
First of all, Mama Jeff make the wrong mistake to come on media, you know, because I even texted her, me personally, I have the message. I told her, wachana na mambo ya media, unaget? The media has taken up the matter, it will deal with it as media. You mambo ya kukuja kujileta media, you are explaining yourself how you loved your son, yet you could not hold your marriage together, you get? So stop these things, like just stop them. They never listened. They thought now this is unajua, it's unfortunate, yeah? It's unfortunate that Wakenya wanataka kuata famous kutumia matanga ya mtu, kifo ya mtu, unaget? So you see the father is there lying on the bed, the mother is lying on the bed, and now they are on media. Oh, sijui, they are helping people how to get justice. Oh, umepata justice yako ndio niambia vile napata justice. Unaget? So hiyo ujinga, like, that's what I'm saying, we are full of jokes. Like, we are really full of jokes. You need to be silent. Unaona, that through that influence, which are called stupid influential movement, watu wameenda kuexhume mwili. Bala nyi muwatch tu mrelax, muko pale, oh, hii mwili inafaizikwa tena vizuri, sijui nini mnafanya nini. So all this pressure that you are trying to press on the government. Yeah. You don't press the government, trust me. If you press the government, it will press you. And if it presses you, you will feel so bad that you can do nothing about it. Yeah. You get? So she did wrong in the first place. Secondly, kama amelipwa, let those remain allegations, because I don't think as a mother you can get paid to shut the fuck up about your son. Unaona? So that one would be a very sorry state of her mind. You get? Because me wezi mtu yangu niambia unanipea maganji. Unless I'm compensated by the person who killed through the court, the public knowing that actually justice has been served. Because now in this sense, if she has been paid, Mama Jeff, it means she's the one who has denied the son the justice, not the courts, not the DPP, not the Kenyans. Kenyans have fought their best, but you decided to take the shortcut of receiving mulungula in the name of hii mambo nyamaza. Unaget? So kama amelipwa, so sad. But I think what the government is trying to do here is buying time. Unajua kama wewe ni mtoi wangu na tuseme umenitisha simu, halafu nipige hesabu nione si pesa ya simu sina, nitakwambia ndakubaya simu. Okay, simu ndakubaya, usijali. So wacha tuone story kesho. Kesho ikifika nakwambia I was busy, but I look into it. The moment I say I look into it, it is the same thing that ODPP, because already umeshasikia Jeff might have killed himself. Hiyo ndio information ilitolewa kidogo kaachiliwa. So since Kenyans were ready to react to it and say they want the real justice, it's buying time. So this is just dilly-dallying to buy time. And as usual, Kenyans wasema hii tulijua sharushwa. So the moment tumesema tulijua sharushwa means hautarudi kwa barabara. You've forgotten about it. So that's why I'm like, if indeed justice has to be served through the system, the Makenzi case can wait. The Ezekiel case can wait. Tuanze na Jeff na wenye walimekufa hapo ama kuuliwa hapo before Jeff, because you remember this government when it was coming in, it told us about doing what? About getting all those guys who have killed people into accountability. They haven't done so. So if they deal with the previous cases, then hata Makenzi, Ezekiel, we won't care, because we know that our system of government is that one which doesn't take a fuck from anyone. So you mess, you face the law. Unaona?
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, as we are finishing up, Pastor Ezekiel is supposed to be arraigned in court again. That is on Tuesday, and probably the prosecution side, they want to plea if he can be arrested for more 30 days in order for the investigation to continue. So I'd want you to comment on that. And also on this other side of Pastor Mackenzie, what do you think is gonna be the end when it comes to Pastor Mackenzie?
Unfortunately, in Kenya, it depends on how deep your pockets can run.
And also about Pastor Mackenzie, I don't know if you've been able to see the photos going around that probably he has been invited in State House.
No, that is photoshopped.
So it's not the truth.
That's not true. That's photoshopped photos.
Okay, we can comment on that and then we finish up.
Yeah, about him being invited to State House is a lie. But his existence, the government knew. Okay? There is no way to own land 800 acres. Now Julikani, bro. Hakuna. There is no way uta own 600 acres of land na ujulikani. Unajulikana. Unaget? You are known, you are filthy rich. Because to get such kinds of acres of land means your pockets are heavyweight. When it's champe, unaget? So, hiyo yote ni faraga tu ya porojo nyingi. But I will not be surprised Pastor Ezekiel akipatiwa bond. Unaget? I will not be surprised because this depends on how heavy your pockets can run. How many people you can actually bribe your way out. You get? So Kenya has always been like that. Tumegrow tukiona watu wakikorruptiwa, tumekuwa bigi, tumeanza kuanalyze hizi vitu tunaziwatch happening the same way, government after the government. So I don't see like any person being arrested. Na hata kama nikuwa arrested arraigned in court, hiyo ndio happen. Hapa Kenya tu tuseme tu kweli, tusidanganyane. Tusidanganyane.
Okay, guys, that has been it with truth. Maybe you can give talk to your fans and advise Kenyans at large concerning this religion stuff and leave them your social media pages.
Okay, thank you so much for having me again. Thank you so much, my fans who are
Vicky
Vikina. Please just make sure that you continue hitting the notification bell so that every time she puts up no videos, you are the first one to watch. Then, my fans wangu sasa wale wenye tunaongea hizi malugha zetu. Check your say. Kama unapenda ukweli, that is kama unapenda ukweli ama unataka kujua rada ni gani safi ama chafu hapa Kenya, you need to subscribe to my channel, Truth Watchdog Official. Hiyo ndio channel natumia. Subscribe pale pia. If I can still Vicky Vikina fans, mkuje huko, we give you some truth. At times we speak language of the Queen and we are good in it, but we don't like showcasing the language. We just like the shembeteng. Unashika? So Wakenya, sichukii Pastor Ezekiel, sichukii Pastor Mackenzie, sichukii kanisa lolote, lakini nachukia tabia za makanisa. Unaget? This is misleading people and indoctrinating them in the wrong direction. Mimi sitaki uache kanisa yako, sitaki uache pastor yako, lakini nataka waanze kujiuliza maswali why and how, and every information unapewa pale. It is always good to carry that information, then you digest it. Once you've digested the information, ingest it. Once you've ingested, start questioning the nutritional value of that information to you. If it doesn't add any value into your brain, please, songa kando, ule ni muongo. Let us question everything. Let us question our faith, and let us have the free will to say no or yes. Let us stop believing in people. Give them a benefit of a doubt by trusting them, but your faith put in God. And don't be sold hope. Hope is free. You don't need to give me sadaka. You don't need to give me tithe to have hope. Please, hope ni sare. Otherwise, thank you so much. See you in the next one, probably on the same channel. Salute.
Guys, that has been it with Truth Watchdog. Till next time. Bye-bye.